CFA Nation? Gabe, and I'm here today to bring you guys another installment of R3 Wickets double billing Sunday. That's right, we had a double hitter, so we got a lot of information to cover, so we're going to get right into it. Game number one, we got RCB versus KKR. RCB, even though this was Chennai and this has been a relatively low scoring pitch, nobody told them. Put up 205 in that first inning and really put KKR on their heels trying to chase. We're not able to do it. In the end, KKR just too strong behind two individual performances, which we'll talk about shortly. They end up winning by 38 runs, and now they're at 3-0. And my prediction is looking good that they will definitely be in the playoffs, but we will see. So I want to go ahead and start with what I liked. On the RCB
Glenn
Maxwell, the big show, 78 for 49. That's a 159 strike rate. Man, at the auction, Nick and I were like, Glenn Maxwell, these guys are going nuts. What, 14 curse? What? Huh? No way. Nick was going crazy, pulling out his hair. Now, in retrospect, it was the right move. CSK should have gone after him super hard. He has delivered every game for RCB so far this year. He's been arguably their best player. And I tell you what, I think he is the perfect person to complete this team. It was a great buy. Good on ya. And to me, this also shows the fact of the reason we were freaking out at the draft was because he had a horrible season last year. Well, guys, think about this for a second. Captaincy matter. The position your captain puts you in matters. And obviously, Virat Kohli is putting Maxwell in a position to succeed. Just saying. All right. What did I really like about this? AB de Villiers. AB de Villiers was absolutely insane. He was the alien. There was no way he was going to have back-to-back ducks. 76 on 34. That's a 223 strike rate. But guys, I'm telling you, this performance by ABD was disgusting. He absolutely savaged KKR bowling. Man, Andre Russell must be having nightmares right now. He single-handedly pumped Andre Russell for 38 runs and 2 overs in the depth. 38 runs. Ooh, you got to be kidding me. Bro, ABD put up 56 runs in the depth over, guys. 56 runs. I can't remember another time that happened. Oh, yeah, he did it last year to the Rajasthan Royals, okay? Pumped through the cap for 26. This guy is absolutely amazing. 20th over, put up 21 runs. 18th over, put up 17 runs. That's 38 off of Russell alone. And to boot, in the 19th over, he put up 18 runs. He's an equal opportunity basher. He'll savage anyone. And man, his performance was unbelievable. For me, player of the game without question, all right? I also like the bowling, okay? Harshal Patel has been a godsend for RCB, guys. And I'm going to tell you right now, Harshal Patel, 4 overs, 17 runs, 2 wickets. His economy rate was 4.2. That was half the second guy who was lowest. Half. Are you kidding me? This kid is amazing. DC made a mistake by releasing him. And finally, I'm going to give Siraj some love because people are going to look at the line and say, oh, Siraj didn't get a wicket. But Siraj came in and did his job and got no wickets, but gave up 1 run to Andre Russell. 1 run to Andre Russell. He ate him alive in that 19th over. That was the game right there. That was the game because he needed at least 10 runs that over to make it somewhat respectable, and it didn't happen. He couldn't get 10 runs. I think they needed like 15 runs because they lost 38, something like that, and he couldn't make it happen. That was such a great bowling performance by Siraj, and I just wanted to tip my cap to him. What did I dislike? Rajat Patidar. Rajat Patidar is at number 3, all right, guys? They've given him multiple opportunities so far this year at number 3. He hasn't produced, and I get it. He's a young Indian batsman. They're trying to grow that talent, but ABD can't come, or Maxwell for that matter, can't be coming in behind this guy. You're just eating up a roster spot at that point, all right? Put Washington Sundar there, somebody else that could help you because he has faltered every time you put him there, and I think he's not earning that spot. That's a coveted spot, number 3. So I would rethink that if I were Virat Kohli. But for me, that's the only thing to dislike. Again, RCB was fabulous today. Fabulous. I'm going to jump right ahead to the other side and KKR. What did I like with KKR? The bowling, all right? Patty Cummings, 4 overs, 34 runs, 1 wicket, 8.5 economy rate. Guys, remember, this is basically Sharjah we're in right now. This place is a nightmare, okay? This is Wakande, okay? And Wakare, Wankari, I believe it is, Wankare, is a house of horrors. I could throw the ball over the boundaries. They're so close. Are you kidding me? It's ridiculous. So I'm telling you right now, if you can keep it under 10 and over, you're doing your job. And Patty Cummings was 8.5 economy rate and got himself a wicket, so I'll take it, okay? Also, Chakravarti, 4 overs, 39 runs, barely under 10 right there, but got himself 2 wickets and he did his job. And finally, Prishna had 4 overs, 31 runs, also got himself a wicket, 7.8 economy rate. These guys kept their team in the game. Again, it was the death overs where 56 runs were scored by, not total, by ABD alone. 56 runs. You gotta be kidding me. That's disgusting. Now, what did I dislike? Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, the batting collapse was ridiculous. We have yet to have a good opening partnership this year. Shubman Gill keeps faltering. Now Nitish Rana is faltering. He did his job earlier this year, but the batting was absolutely atrocious. And even as such, right, they had a chance to get there at the end, but Russell basically ran out of overs and Siraj ate him up, that 19th over. Now it was only 1 run that over. There was probably another single or 2 he could have had, but he was trying to hit sixes or boundaries. He didn't want singles. I understand what happened there. With that being said, Russell could have probably used another over too, which is why I don't understand why Owen Morgan keeps bringing him in behind the likes of Dinesh Karthik, behind Shakib. I don't get it. Russell himself said the reason he struggled last year was because he didn't see enough balls. He needs to see enough balls. He's not going to see enough balls when you bring him in behind your entire lineup, basically. He went behind Gill, obviously, who's an opener. Nitish Rana, obviously, opening partnership. Tripathi, Owen Morgan, Dinesh Karthik, Shakib. I'm sorry, he's coming in at 7? Really? Come on, man. And this is just bad captaincy. And to me, that's what I'm going to jump into right now. From what I dislike to what I learned right now. There's a difference between captaincy. You saw good captaincy and you saw bad captaincy. You saw so far Virat Kohli put Maxwell, who everybody thought was garbage last year, in a position to succeed, and he's done well. Vice versa, you've got Owen Morgan, who I don't know what he's doing, all right? Well, okay, he bowled. Finally, he ended up getting 4 overs out of Harmran Singh. Great, okay? But it's like he's all over the place, and honestly, it's just bad. As a KKR fan, I'm telling you, they're too deep to right now be sitting at a 1-2 record, and I am not happy about it. So let's move on to the other side of our twin billing. For this game, we got DC Capitals versus the Punjab Kings, okay? Versus the Punjab Kings. And let me start off right away and say this game, it was driving me crazy. But DC pulled it out. I called DC's going to win it all this year. It's going to be a repeat, Mumbai versus DC in our preseason prediction game. But DC went out there, did their job. DC absolutely raked. They were able to chase down the total that the Kings put up in the first inning, and I will say they got a little bit of help, and I'll get to that later on. But I'll take it. So let's start with what I liked. All right, Shikhar Dhawan. All right, I'll tell you right now, 92 runs today. 188 strike rate. I thought that when he reverse sweeped, that he actually swept the ball onto the stumps, but he missed everything completely. Silly shot to get dismissed on, but Shikhar Dhawan, 92 runs, 188 strike rate. My man did his job. He is always up there in the top 5 or 6 for the orange cap, and now he is currently the orange cap holder. Next, we've got Prithvi Shaw. Prithvi Shaw comes back with 32 runs. I mean, you're going to say, Gabe, 32 runs? Well, when your partner's got 92 in the opening partnership, you know he's hot. Your job is just to rotate that strike. And he did it with a great economy rate of 187, so I will take it. And finally, the batting. I loved Stoinis closing it up at the end, 207 strike rate. You know what? Good on you, kid. Stoinis putting up the runs, all right? The death bowling. The death bowling was amazing. Amazing. All right. You got Avish Khan, who in the 19th over gave up 9 runs and got himself a wicket. You know who that wicket was? Nicholas Perron. A guy that could hurt you. A guy that could definitely hurt you. And he got Perron. And then in the 17th over, because some people say the most important over of the death overs, you got your boy, you got Chris Wilkes, all right? Same thing. 12 runs, you know, not bad. 1 wicket, got the universe boss, Chris Gale. And that's 2 of their biggest guns. That's 2 of their biggest guns. I'm telling you right now, I was so happy. And even though I love the universe boss, but so happy for this win because I picked them and it finally got me out of my mush. Out of my mushness. Next, what did I dislike? Right now, just one word, smudge. Smudge got an opportunity to be a part of this side and he fluffed it up. It was done. It was done. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're done. You're done. Okay. Smudge, you know, he got dismissed on. I mean, I'm watching this with Ozjad, and he said, in all my years of watching cricket, that's the ugliest shot I've ever seen. What are you doing, Smudge? What are you doing? You know, and people, I've got a man crush on Smudge, so for me, I used to forgive everything he did, but people would be like, Gabe, he's not the greatest T20 player. He's great at tests, you know what I mean? He's good in ODIs, but he struggles, and he does. He takes some silly shots, and you know what? I broke up with Smudge a long time ago, but man, I think DC broke up with him. You know, say goodbye to Smudge. I doubt you see him. The next guy will be Hitmeyer. Obviously, they'll bring him back, and then that's, you know, once they get Norkia back, and XR Patel, maybe even Hitmeyer won't be able to get on this side because once they get back Norkia, it's either going to be Hitmeyer or Wilkes, and I think that, you know, Wilkes is here to stay. And that's going to get to what I learned about this match. First and foremost, Wilkes is here to stay. Wilkes is here to stay. DC is absolutely stacked. They were able to do this, guys. And let me tell you something. They did it without the likes of Norkia, which is one of their best bowlers. They did it without XR Patel. This team has managed a 2-1 record. They could arguably be 3-0. And honestly, they haven't been at full strength all year long. Could you imagine if Sirius Iyer had not gone out and they still had Sirius Iyer? Holy cow. Talk about a nightmare of a team now. And you know what? I'm telling you, this team has championship written all over it. All over it. Now, let's go on to the opposing side. The Punjab Kings. What did I like? KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal. There were so many stats that they had the best partnership rate combined. 61 for 51, 119 for KL Rahul. Mayank Agarwal 69 on 36, 191 strike rate. I mean, when you got your 2 opening guys combined for 130 runs, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. And if you can get 100 out of them every time, that's awesome. But 130, the rest of your side don't got to do much. And honestly, I was so impressed with Mayank Agarwal. I always argue that the universe boss needs to come in at 2. I think he still does because it takes him a while to get started. But Mayank Agarwal was fabulous today. Also, their bowling. You know, a bright side to their bowling today, even though they were up against it, and we'll talk about that when I talk about what I learned. But Arshdeep Singh, man, 3 for 22 with a wicket. 3 for 22 with a wicket. 730 economy rate. Arshdeep Singh was fabulous. He normally does really well in the depth as well. I like Arshdeep Singh a lot. Now, what did I dislike? The universe boss getting dismissed, in my opinion, softly, and it takes them a while to get started. Everybody knows Chris Gale needs 10 to 15 balls, and that's tough because right now the opening partnership with Mayank and KL Rahul is good. So are you going to break it up in order to put the universe boss there so you can see those balls earlier? I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't. I know that if you got him in an opening partnership, though, he's more likely to survive because the power play is on, so you got less fielders out there to field the ball, right? Where if you take him, out of the power play, which is what's been happening because KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal survived through the power play. Obviously, those guys were out there for a long time. It's harder for him to get started. That's just, my observation. What else did I dislike? Muhammad Shami. Hootie! He got absolutely pumped. Oh, my gosh, he got pumped. Muhammad Shami's right now, I hope he's taking a shower with the blue soap because he got pumped. Oh, my gosh, you got to be kidding me. 4 for 53. 13-20 economy rate. Not a wicket in sight. Man. And the only person, in my opinion, that's worse than him is Riley Meredith. This is the guy that they paid for. This is a guy that was going to come and fix their death bowling problems, right? He's the answer to Chris Jordan. Really? 2.2 overs. Didn't even make it out of the obviously he gave it up at the end. 2.2 overs, 35 runs. I repeat, 35 runs and 2.2 overs. You give that guy 4 overs, he's definitely at 50. All right, definitely. You know what else I dislike? He's giving runs away. 1 no ball, 5 wides. 5 wides. 5 wides. This is your death bowler? Really? You know what? I'm telling you. Kings did not, last year their problem was bowling, especially death bowling. Jordan got pumped a few times. And this year, this is the same problem. Their bowling is the issue. And man, they should have spent some more money on some of those other guys because this ain't cutting it. Riley Meredith ain't cutting it. And I'm going to tell you right now, they're not going to be successful this way. So I'm going to get to what I learned. Okay. And I should have combined this for both teams, really. But this really applied to the Punjab Kings because they were batting second. If you lose the toss, you're done. If you lose the toss, you're done this year because the do factor is real. And how many wides, how many no balls? Muhammad Shami had, I think, 2 no balls. How many full tosses did we see today? Because when that second inning comes around, it's like, I think they said bowling with a bar of soap is what I heard the commentary said. Bars, you know what I mean? The guys can't hold on to it, and they're getting absolutely lit up. And I don't know what to do. I'm asking you in the comments, do they need to start the games earlier? What do they have to do? Because I think it's an unfair advantage so that if you lose a coin toss, that you're done basically because your team is put at a disadvantage. But right from the very beginning, the dude's on the ball in that second inning and you're in trouble. I mean, that's a really unfair advantage, and a coin toss shouldn't determine whether your team has an opportunity to win or not. I think it takes away some of the competitive balance. So I'm thinking maybe home games, and I know that this year they're not doing home games, but moving forward, especially since we're going to go 5-on-5, each team gets an equal amount of home games. So that way, do or not, it affects everybody equally because a coin toss should not put my team at a disadvantage. All right, guys? It's not a skill. All right, it's a coin toss. Literally, it's luck, 50-50. With that being said, guys, this is the time everybody's waiting for. Who is Gabe going to add to Mount Rushmore? Oh, man. So, let me start off right now by saying I feel like I'm vindicated a little bit, right? DC won. Great. My pick won. I'll take it. Also, not only did DC win, but Rabada didn't get pumped, got himself a wicket and a catch. I'll take it. Baby steps. Baby steps. I'm just asking for baby steps right now. So, who do I believe is going to go off mañana? CSK versus Royals. CSK versus the Royals. This game's also en Wankhede, which means it's probably going to be high scoring. I'm going to go with Sanju Samson again. That's right. Back to back. Belly to belly Sanju Samson picks. He let me down last time, but I told you, in the first 2 or 3 games, this guy has huge totals every year, and I don't want to miss out on it, so I'm going with Sanju Samson. Hopefully, he doesn't let me down. Give me that half century at least, or a century. I'll gladly take that. But that's going to be my captain, guys. That's my thoughts for our 3 wickets today. Sorry it's so late. Been a busy day, but hopefully you guys enjoy this. Hopefully you see it in time to adjust your lineup. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think the BCCI needs to do about this dude? And until next time, that's 6 runs.